for Berthoud. Number 1.
Rush 25, Berthoud 18 as we begin the third quarter from Berthoud High School. Alexander Santos, Zachary Rubisam, Michael Nienaber, Gregory Hutchins, and Tucker Skorich for the Spartans. The Beatnickers will break the huddle with their starting five of Gregory Mayers, Mitch Tormolin, Jeffrey Dunker, Colby Needens, and Bryce Needens. And the Beatnickers will have possession to begin the third. And again, I look at points when it comes to Brush because regardless of whether they made shots the other night or not against Walt Central, they're not a team this year that should be winning games with 44 points, which is why they lost that game, but they've won their first two Patriot League games by scoring 68 and 67. I mean, they have that offensive capability. They got 25, so they're halfway to 50, but they might pick it up in the second half.
They usually do. They're kind of a second half team.
The inbounds pass to Maris, picked up by Santos. Maris with the basketball, bounce pass on the outside right to Needens, up top to Tormolin, outside left to Maris, guarded by Santos. Maris looking at the top and right through Needens' hands, a little bit too high, out of bounds. Beatnickers turn it over for a 13th time, and scores to trigger it in the backcourt. For all of your title needs, visit Tim Weimer, Northern Colorado Title, 205 West Kiowa and Fort Morgan. Santos with the basketball, near the top to Hutchins, on the outside left to Rubisam. Top of the three-point circle, long three is up and off to the right by Scorch, and Mitch Tormolin grabs another rebound. That's his seventh. The outlet to Dunker. Dunker bounce pass, left corner Needens. Back out to Bryce Needens, steps to his left, jump pass. Colby Needens, left corner three is no good. And the rebound is controlled by Santos of Berthoud, his fifth. Outlet to Scorch, right baseline to Nienaber. Nienaber back out to Santos to his left against Maris. On the outside left to Nienaber, down low for Hutchins, double team. Left corner to Nienaber, and he scoops it up and misses. And the ball is controlled over there by Bryce Needens, an air ball. It was Scorch to Nienaber on that pass. Needens into the front court, jump pass on the outside right to Maris. Maris looking down low. Neither team has scored in the opening minute and 10 seconds of the third. Outside left, Bryce Needens with a basketball. Left to the free throw line to Tormolin. Tormolin on the left wing to Maris. Penetrates left baseline. Cut off over there by Rubisam. Back out to Colby Needens. Straight away to Dunker. Dunker on the outside right to Bryce Needens. Needens into the lane. Fade, shoots, blocked out of there and taken away by Santos. Nice defensive play by Scorch. Here's Nienaber to Scorch. Back out to Nienaber. Nienaber in the lane. Scoops it up wildly and misses. Bryce Needens has the rebound for the Beatnickers. Got nothing but glass. Bryce Needens bounce pass and it's kicked by Santos. And that'll stay with the Beatnickers. And to throw it in will be Maris. I mean, we saw this in the second quarter. We went about a 3-minute stretch. Neither team could score. It's happening again.
Well, it seems to me we're back in the running game, too.
Maris to throw it in, still looking in the left corner for Needens. He penetrates, scoops it up and in. Nice move by Colby Needens, who came back for the basketball. And that's the way to help out your teammate. Needens was 7, Brush 27, Berthoud 18. Right wing, Scorch, 3 in the air, and that's off the back of the rim. And Mitch Tormolin is a rebounding machine tonight. Unofficially, that's his 8th. The outlet to Maris. The Beatnickers with a 3-on-3. Maris scoops it up right corner, no good. Right baseline. Rebound to Dunker, goes back up, and he's fouled by Tucker Scorch. Dunker with his 5th rebound, Scorch with a 2nd foul, and Dunker to the line to shoot 2. At 1305 Edison Street in Brush, CNC Auto Parts is your local Napa Auto Parts store at CNC Auto Parts, and the Beatnickers with a made free throw would grab their first double-digit lead of the game. The sophomore Dunker bends, shoots, in and out. Dunker is 1 out of 3 for the line. Ryan Vasquez and Jesse Queen about to check in for Berthoud.
Queen is number 40, Ryan Vasquez.
And now it looks like we have a Berthoud timeout.
I was wondering what's going on because I was watching the officials and there was like a pause and they were looking at each other and I'm like, okay, how many subs or what's going on?
Well, it's a full timeout. With the score, Brush 27, Berthoud 18 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Jen Goodall back for Berthoud High School. The Beatnickers lead the Berthoud Spartans 27-18. Beatnickers are trying to avenge the loss last season at home against Berthoud. And for the Beatnickers who came back from last season, you remember that game, Colby Waitert. We were here. And Colby Waitert, for the girls' game, Colby Waitert scored 38 points in that game, a career high, but the Beat Diggers lost that game at home against Berthoud a year ago. Dunker's second free throw is in the air, and that's good. So the Beat Diggers now grab a 10-point lead, 28-18, 5:49 to go, third quarter. Queen on the outside left, back out to Santos. Santos picks up his dribble near that left corner for Queen, dribbling to his right towards the timeline now, extending that dribble on the high right to Hutchins. Just spreading it out are the Berthoud Spartans. Hutchins at the top on the high right to Queen. Near that right corner for Santos. Berthoud had 13 points in the opening quarter. They've scored 5 points in the last 10.5 minutes of this game, dating back to the first half. Double teamed is Rubisam. Rubisam near the timeline. Back of the high left to Santos. Near that left corner to Vasquez. Bounce pass to Santos. At the free throw line to Hutchins. Left corner, three is up, and that's good by Jesse Queen. Scores for the first time in the game. That stops the Beat Digger run. Rush 28, Berthoud 21. Under 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Dunker left of the lane with the basketball. Back out to Bryce Needham. Straight away three is off to the right. Gregory Mares tries to save it in, but it throws it into the hands of Alexander Santos. Santos on the high right to Hutchins beyond the three-point line. Hutchins spinning against two Needhamses. If I can say that once, in the right corner with the basketball is Queen. Back out to Santos on the outside left to Rubisam. Bounce pass in the left corner by Hutchins, guarded by Dunker, dribbling to his right. Hutchins with the basketball, lobs it near the timeline to Queen. Queen on the outside left to Rubisam. Three in the air is off the rim, and it's slipped in. They're going to credit the basket to Gregory Hutchins. He was the closest Spartan, but I think it was Dunker who actually tipped it in, Jen.
I believe you are correct, and I don't think it was intentional.
28-20. Well, definitely not intentional. Needham's on the outside left to the top for Bryce Needham's. Down on the outside right to Mares. Lobs it down low for Tormola, but intercepted by Hutchins. Beat Diggers commit their 14th turnover. And it's a 5-0 run for Berthoud. Queen in the front court, back out to Rubisam. Hutchins, three in the air, is around and no good. And Dunker has a weak side rebound for the Beat Diggers. His sixth. Dunker into the front court and nearly lost the ball. He's on his butt, but he throws it over to Bryce Needhams in the lane, and he was bodied up and fouled by Zachary Rubisam, his first foul. And Randy Baker and Vince Albel will check into the game for the Beat Diggers. And they replace Bryce Needhams and Jeffrey Dunker.
Referring back to that basket, you know, sometimes Jeffrey has really quick hands, and sometimes those hands can pop it up, but it went too high that time, went off the backboard and in for the other team.
Backcourt pass taken by Gregory Mares, picked up by Santos. Mares with the basketball near the top, looking to his right. Lobs it over to Baker. Baker looking down low. Left to the free throw line for Tormola. Against Santos. Cross-court Colby Needham's wide open three is off the back of the rim, but Gregory Mares chases the long rebound for the Beat Diggers. On the outside right, Albo into the lane. Scoops it up and in, but an offensive foul. As Albo ran into Zachary Rubisam. I'm not sure if Rubisam was stationary. It looked like Albo should have been awarded that basket. It may be a blocking foul.
Oh, I kind of think that was a Golden Globe right there.
Here comes Rubisam for Berthoud. Brush 28, Berthoud 23. Thank God Ricky Gervais is not here. Queen on the outside right to Hutchins. We have a lot of vulgar things coming out, which I actually enjoyed with that telecast on Sunday night, but not appropriate for high school sports. Here's Santos on the outside right for Queen, guarded by Colby Needhams. Queen with the basketball, lobs it cross-court, intercepted by Baker, and then it looked like he was fouled, and he was by Vasquez in the backcourt as Berthoud commits their 10th turnover, and Baker very quick with the basketball.
No foul.
Just knocked it out of bounds. So,
yep.
But it is a turnover. No foul on Vasquez. Mares to throw it in the front court to Tormola. Brush 28, Berthoud 23. 2:50 to go, third quarter. Tormola spinning, looking. Back near the top to Mares, guarded by Santos. Down low, Baker stripped out of bounds by Rubisam. Nice hand there by Rubisam because Baker had a wide open layup. And the Beat Diggers to throw it in. Welcome home to your hometown grocery store featuring Morgan County's largest variety. The Brooks Grocery Cart. Mares into Tormola on the high right to Baker. And here's Mares with a three, and that's short. And the long rebound is controlled by Jesse Queen, his fourth rebound. Queen to Rubisam all the way, scoops it up off the glass. He missed it. Rebound Rubisam, he's fouled. It looked like Tormola committed the foul. And they're going to say Vince Albo instead. Rubisam will go to the stripe. And he can make this a three-point game. Berthoud is on a 5-0 run. And a 5-0 run in this game is significant because neither team has reached 30 points.
Well, I was just watching Coach Garcia is asking why Gregory didn't get the call for an offensive foul.
The free throws around and no good. Northeastern Colorado's hometown savings and loan with locations in Brush and Fort Morgan is Equitable Savings and Loan. Second free throw in the air. Bingo. Brush 28, Berthoud 24. With 2:27 to go, third quarter. John Beltran with Jen Goodall and Gregory Mayers has the basketball. Looks like two freshmen, Garcia and Rosenbach, about to check back in, and then Mayers threw it out of bounds. I think he thought Baker was going to cut.
Well, I think...
And it was a tip out of bounds.
I think it was. Well, I don't know if they're going to give it. I don't know if they saw it or not, but...
Well, Berthoud was going the other way, but now the officials are going to discuss this.
Well, number one's not arguing, and I think it was his little fingers that...
Well, if that was the original call, it's going to stay with Brush.
I thought it was tip too, but...
Oh, now they're going the other way.
Oh.
I don't know what that was. I mean, they made one decision, and then they made the other. And Ken Garcia's not happy. So Berthoud catches another break, and they can tie the game. Nope, they can't tie the game. They're down by 4, but they can draw to within 1 with a three-pointer with 2:19 to go in the third. Beatniggers 28, the Spartans 24. Here is Santos into the front court for the Spartans. Santos bounce pass to the outside left for Hutchins at the free throw line. Rubasam, 15-footer, good for Zachary Rubasam. He's got 9 points in the game. The Beatnigger lead is down to 2, 28-26, 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Mayers guarded by Santos. Bounce pass on the outside right for Rosenbrock. Double team, picks up his dribble now. And we've got a whistle and a foul away from the ball. That could be on Rubasam guarding Garcia.
Foul number 20, Jesse Queen.
It's Jesse Queen instead. And Berthoud has 3 team fouls, the Beatniggers with 2. And Ken Garcia wants a timeout. With 1:55 to go in the third, the Beatniggers up by 2. The timeout brought to you by Edwards Wright Price Market in Flowerland at 1201 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Stop by and get what you need to refuel on game days at Edwards Wright Price Market in Flowerland. Pete Scheck, the head coach of the Spartans, talking things over with his team. And the thing we've seen out of the Spartans is that they've caught a little fire lately with the offense. I mean, they went a long stretch, a good 10-minute stretch where they scored only 5 points. But since then, in the last 2.5 minutes, they put 8 points up on the board. So the offense has picked up. The Beatniggers have got to pick up their offensive intensity a little bit because they've gone cold. They were up 28-18 after Dunker made that second free throw. That seemed like that was 15 minutes ago.
Well, and they're still sticking with the man-to-man defense, so they should be able to set some screens, do some pick and rolling.
Rosenbrock inbounds to Mayers, and then he throws the ball off the foot of Vasquez. Then it goes off the foot of Mayers out of bounds as Mayers lost control, and the Beatniggers commit their 17 turnovers, so that backfired on Brush, and Berthoud can take the lead on a three-pointer as Santos dribbles into the front court. Santos bounce pass to the free throw line. Rubasam outside right to Queen. Queen dribbles by 2, back out to Rubasam. Long straightaway 3 is off to the left, and Rosenbrock has the rebound for the Beatniggers. That's his 6th on the outlet to Garcia. 1:30 to go, third quarter. Brush 28, Berthoud 26. Tormolen on the outside left, back out to Garcia. Garcia to his right, going to kick it back out to Mayers. Mayers against Santos. Bounce pass to the top for Rosenbrock. Dribbling to the outside left, Rosenbrock spinning, looking back near the timeline to Garcia. Beatniggers lethargic on offense right now. They can't move the ball around too well. Tormolen back out to Garcia. Garcia against Rubasam, left to the lane, spinning. Back straight away, Needham's 3 in the air, and that's in and out, and the ball is tipped around a couple of times, and it's still loose. It's in the back court, and it's taken away by Hutchins. Hutchins gets rid of the basketball. Here come the Spartans the other way. Rubasam for Berthoud with 47 seconds to go. On the outside left, Hutchins, 3 in the air, is in and out, and Kyle Rosenbrock grabs the rebound, and then Berthoud commits the foul. Rosenbrock with a 7th board of the game, and let's see if the Berthoud foul is on. They will call that on Ryan Vasquez, and that is his 2nd. It's the team's 4th foul. Garcia to throw it in. And Brush in this quarter has scored just 3 points. And those 3 points came very early in the quarter. Maris on the outside right against Santos, but they still have the lead. Nearly stripped by Santos, dribbling towards the top. Back out to Tormolin, left corner, Garcia. He'll take the three, and that's in! That's a big three for Austin Garcia. And with that shot, the Beat-Diggers double their point total in the quarter. Brush 31, Berthoud 26, Rubisam. At the top of the bounce pass for Santos in the lane. The runner's up around no good. And the Beat-Diggers grab the rebound, taken away by Mitch Tormolin. It's nice. Outlet to Colby Needens. Bangs, and he scores! Number Colby Needens with 4 points in the quarter, 9 in the game. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter as the time runs out. With the score, Brush 33, Berthoud 26 as the Beat-Diggers close the quarter on a 5-0 run on 10-10 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beat-Diggers and Spartans both scored 8 points in that quarter, and as a result, it's still a 7-point game, which was the difference at halftime. Brush 33, Berthoud 26. I'm John Beltran with Jen Goodall, and Berthoud will have the basketball to begin the fourth. Jesse Queen to throw it in the backcourt to Alexander Santos. Out there with Zach Rubisam, Ryan Vasquez, and Gregory Hutchins. Beat-Diggers have Colby Needens, Gregory Maris, Mitch Tormolin, Randy Baker, and Jeffrey Dunker. Queen with the basketball near the top. On the outside right to Vasquez, guarded by Needens, looking down low, kicks it back out to Santos, left of the lane. The runner's up and in from 10 feet away for Alexander Santos, his first points of the game. Brush 33, Berthoud 28 in the opening 30 seconds of the fourth quarter. With the basketball is Dunker. Dunker to his right against Rubisam, spinning in the lane all the way, scoops it up off the glass. He missed it. Rebound to Tormolin. Down low to Needens. Dribbles, fade, shoots, air ball. Tormolin has the rebound and is fouled by Rubisam. Tormolin has done the job tonight.
Foul number 23.
Tormolin unofficially has his 10th rebound of the game.
Number 33.
Maris to throw it in. Lady Beat-Diggers defeated Berthoud 51-31. Maris bounced past to Needens, and he fell down. The ball is loose in the corner. Maris tries to save it in. It's taken by Queen. Beat-Diggers turn it over, and then it's knocked out of bounds in the backcourt, but it'll stay with Berthoud. So here come the Spartans. Into the front court of Santos. As we're exchanging updates here between Acosta and Beltran after the Lady Beat-Diggers won their game. And here's the three by Rubisam. That's an air ball. The strong side rebound is controlled over there by Quinton Urchek just into the game. Urchek on the outside left over to Queen. Fakes the three, steps in, 16-footer. That is short. Mitch Tormolin grabs his 11th rebound for the Beat-Diggers. The outlet to Baker. Baker into the front court with the basketball. Over to Jeffrey Dunker, and Dunker's going to slow it down. On the outside left to Needens. Now we got a whistle and a foul away from the ball.
Foul number 33, Quinton Urchek, his first.
Quinton Urchek commits the foul for Berthoud, his first, the team's, third. Maris to throw it in. Lobs it to Tormolin. Tormolin to Baker at the top, guarded by Urchek in the lane. And then he jumps it down low to Tormolin. Tormolin is fouled as he got Rubisam in the air. They're not going to say that he was fouled on the shot. Instead, Rubisam has committed his third foul. But it is the 17th foul, 1-on-1 situation, as the Beat-Diggers are looking to extend a 5-point lead with 6:24 to go in the game. And here comes Tucker Skorich and Michael Nienhauer in for Berthoud. The Beat-Diggers can make this a 3-possession game with 6:24 to go. Sounds like, 3 possessions. But in a low-scoring game, that does mean a lot. And Tormolin drills the free throw. Brush 34, Berthoud 28. Second free throw upcoming for the Beat-Digger Jr., and that is up, and that is in. Nothing but string for Tormolin, 35-28 Brush, 6:20 to go in the game. With the basketball is Urchek across the timeline, outside left to Skorich. Left to the free throw line to Rubisam, had the ball stripped away, got it back. Now to Urchek, over to Nienhauer, to Skorich, back to Nienhauer, down low to Hutchins, turns. He kicks it out to Rubisam, double team to the right corner, spinning. He throws it off of Dunker, but then it went off of Rubisam out of bounds. That happened on the other end with Gregory Mayer, so that I guess it's considered a payback in a way, and Berthoud turns it over for only the second time in the half. And the 11th in the game, and Rubasam is out. And Nicholas Dietz is back into the game. The Beatniggers have control here, up 35-28, with 6 minutes to go from Berthoud. Maris in the backcourt. Maris picked up by Nineapper. On the outside right to Dunker, lobs it down low for Baker, dribbles, turns, shoots, and scores for Randy Baker right underneath the basket. He's got 4 points. The Beatniggers up by 9, 37-28, 5:43 to go in the game. Scorch with a basketball. Dribbling to his right. Back out to Nineapper against Colby Needham. Picks up his dribble, bounce pass in the lane to Scorch, tries to scoop it up, and he's fouled as he misses. He had no angle there, but somehow was able to get off a shot, even though he missed it. But the foul was committed by Jeffrey Dunker. That's going to be a second. And to the line is Tucker Scorch. Scorch scored 7 points in the opening half, none in the second, and he misses the first free throw. Committed to serving those in production. Ag Premier Farm Credit is the gold standard in ag lending, and for all of your auto supply needs, stop by Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. Second free throw upcoming for Scorch. That is up, and that is off to the left. And Tormolen grabs his 12th rebound. The outlet to Maris. Now the Beatniggers, let's see what they do. They could slow things down, and I said that this Brush team couldn't win a game scoring 44 points. Well, they probably will in this game. On the outside left to Tormolen. Left corner for Dunker. Penetrates left baseline. Reverse layup is up, and he missed. But he was on the end line as he drove to the basket. The Beatniggers turn it over. And that is turnover number 19. Nice move by Dunker, but I guess the angle was cut off. So the Spartans trying to make this a game down by 9. Urchek with a basketball near the timeline to Nineapper. Nineapper on the high left to Scorch, picked up by Baker, retreats towards the timeline. Bounce pass to the free throw line for Dietz. Outside right, Hutchins, 3 in the air. Is off the back of the rim. And Dietz has the rebound, but wrestled away by Maris. As soon as he spun, Maris took it away. 4:48 to go. Brush leads 37-28. Maris bounce pass to Dunker in the left baseline. Double team. Dunker in the lane. Spins. Straight away. Maris 3 in the air. It's off to the left. Dunker has the rebound, and he's fouled as he misses. I'll tell you what, Dunker's done a nice job down low. That's his 8th rebound of the game, and he could give Brush an 11-point lead.
He has, and he's been really smart with the ball tonight. He hasn't, thrown the ball away, hasn't tried to do anything real fancy. He just played real solid basketball.
Just got to make his free throws. He's 2 out of 4 so far. Brush is led by as many as 10, and that free throw's off the back of the rim. Bryce Davis is back into the game for Randy Baker, and Zach Rubasam back into the game for Quinton Urchek. Well, he's been 1 out of 2 so far. Let's see if Dunker does it again, and he does. 3 out of 6 for the line. The Beatnigger sophomore. Alex Santos checks back in for Gregory Hutchins. Brush 38. Berthoud 28. 4:33 to go in the game. Santos on the outside right for Nineapper. Nineapper dribbles towards the top at the free throw line. Jump pass on the left wing for Santos. Penetrates, pulls up from 12. That's an air ball. We have a foul on the rebound as Rubasam went to the floor, so more than likely that's going to be Brush's 14th foul. Dunker commits his 3rd foul, and Rubasam to throw it in. And Garcia checks in for Dunker. Rubasam to the left of the basket in the front court. Rubasam lobs it in the back court for Scorch. Into the front court for Nineapper. The Scorch straight away. Long 3 in the air is off to the left. And the ball is tipped into the hands of who else? Mitch Tormolen, his 13th rebound. On the outlet to Garcia, crossing the timeline. Long pass, left baseline for Needens. Leans, shoots, misses, and the ball is loose. Tormolen has it. Down low for Needens. He scores on the left baseline. A little 5-footer by Colby Needens. 11 points for Needens. Timeout for Berthoud. 3:57 to go in the game. Brush 40, Berthoud 28 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Brush has their biggest lead of 12, 40-28 over Berthoud with 3:57 to go in the game. John Beltran along with Jen Goodall. Michael Nineapper to throw it into Zachary Rubasam with the Spartans having possession. Nineapper left of the lane on the right wing. 3 in the air by Santos is a brick. Weak side rebound controlled by Queen, and then the shot is blocked out of bounds by Tormolen. Berthoud retains possession of the basketball. But the story tonight, Berthoud in this game has grabbed only 19 rebounds. That's 5 more than Tormolen has by himself. The turn, the shot by Scorch is good in the lane. A little hook. Scorch now with 9 points, but those are his first points of the second half. The Beat Digger lead is down to 10, 40-30, 3:32 to go. Mares pressured in the backcourt, behind his back, lost the basketball, picks it up, front court pass to Bryce Needham, penetrates right baseline, then he's cut off. Needham still looking, spinning in the right corner. Needham backs it out to Austin Garcia. Garcia in the lane, bounce pass to Needham. Needham on that outside left, Mares, wide open, won't take the three. Down low for Colby. Needham's in the lane, turns, shoots, misses. Ball is tipped into the hands of Needham, but he committed the foul. He pushed off, and that'll be Brush's 15th foul. And for Bryce Needham's, his second personal. They're saying he pushed off, although I didn't see it from this angle.
I did see it. Him and number 20, is it?
Jesse Queen, yeah.
Yeah, they were having a little tussle, and Queen won that battle.
Rubisam to Queen with a basketball on the high right. Queen cross-court pass to Santos. Back near the timeline to Scorch. Over to Rubisam. Rubisam at the top for Santos. Santos at the free throw line for 9 over. Bounce pass in the right corner for Scorch. Steps in, leans, shoots, misses, fouled. Tucker Scorch to the line. And the foul was committed by Austin Garcia, the Beat Digger freshman, commits his first. With 2:51 to go in the game, Brush leads Berthoud 40-30. The 10-point lead can be reduced to 8 if Scorch nails 2. He is 0 out of 2 for the line, and now 1 out of 3.
He seems like, every time Bertha does make it, they go into a full court man-to-man press. So we got lucky on the last one. I feel like they kind of messed up Gregory. See if they had it again. Kind of looks like that's what they're doing.
Well, he makes both free throws. The Beat Digger lead is down to 8, 40-32. Mares backcourt pass to Bryce Needham. Needham was stripped by Santos. Looked like there was some contact. Now there's contact and a foul. And Pete Schechte, Berthoud head coach, is motioning something off the bench. I don't know if that's towards the officials, but nonetheless, Bryce Needham will go to the line, and Santos commits his first foul. He could have been called for 2 fouls there, I thought, or on 2 separate occasions, I should say. And Jesse Queen is out. Gregory Hutchins is back in. 19 fouls, so 1-1. Bryce Needham has scored 2 points in the game. The free throw is up, and that is no good. But Colby Needham has a rebound. Back out to Mitch Tormolen. That's the story of the night. Brush is destroying Berthoud on the backboards. Back out to Gregory Mares. Double team. Bounce pass on the outside right to Dunker. Dunker jump pass to Mares. Under 2.5 minutes to go in the game. Brush 40. Berthoud 32. Dunker stripped out of bounds by Rubisam. Beat Diggers retain possession just beyond midcourt. Bryce Needham is out, and Randy Baker is back into the game. Dunker to trigger it in. Bounce pass in the backcourt to Maris. Maris just across the timeline. Bounce pass in the high right, and Rubisam tried to take it away, and he carried the ball with him out of bounds. Brush retains possession. Had Rubisam not touched it, it would have been a Brush turnover because Colby Needham was cutting the other way. Maris to throw it in the backcourt to Dunker. Dunker jump pass to Tormolen in the front corner. The outside left to Baker, and he is fouled. Baker fouled by Scorch. That'll be the double bonus. Scorch commits his 3rd personal. And Baker, an excellent free throw shooter, to the line to try and extend an 8-point lead.
Seems awfully early to be doing a fouling game.
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, you do have well over 2 minutes to go in the game. You're only down 8. The free throw is up, and it's off to the left. Remember what happened in that junior varsity game where the Beat Diggers had a huge lead and blew it, and then Berthoud won in overtime. The Beat Diggers have got to hit their free throws here, or the same thing will happen to this varsity team. Second free throw is in. The Beat Diggers lead 41-32. With 2:10 to go, Scorch down low, threw it right through everybody out of bounds, intended for Ninehaber, who thought that it was tipped away by a Beat Digger, but the officials didn't see it. Or didn't see it that way, I should say, because I didn't see the tip either. 12 turnover. Maris pressured, and he throws it in the backcourt to Needham, who's fouled immediately. And see, that's the one thing. I don't know why you foul. I think it makes sense to foul in the front court, but not in the backcourt. Because, I mean, they didn't score off that last possession.
That's a 2-shot foul.
But in this situation, when they're in the bonus, every foul, no matter where it is going to be free throws.
Well, but at least in the back court, I mean, you foul, you don't even allow the other team to cross the timeline. They could be called for a 10-second.
Yeah, that's true. Or they could get a steal.
And Colby Needens nails the first free throw. Needens was 7.5, 12 in the game. Second free throw is in and out. And the rebound is controlled by Gregory Hutchins of Berthoud, his fifth rebound. Rush 42, Berthoud 32. 2 minutes to go in the game. On the outside right, Rubasam is fouled by Dunker. That's going to be the 17th foul.
Foul number 20.
And for Dunker, that's his fourth. 1-and-1 situation. That foul is something that you cannot do if you're the Beat Diggers. You got to make sure that Berthoud earns every point, especially when you're up by double digits. Rubasam in the game has got 9 points. 6 of those were in the opening half. And his first free throw is good. And because he made that one, he earns a second. Rush 42, Berthoud 33. Second free throw by Zachary Rubasam is around and no good. And Mitch Tormolen grabs his 15th rebound. Then he's fouled in the backcourt by Gregory Hutchins with 1:58 to go. Well, they're going to make this a free throw shooting contest immediately. Brush in the quarter from the line is not shooting very well, though. They're 5 out of 9. However, they start nailing their free throws. Berthoud's not going to commit any fouls unless Berthoud continues to counter by scoring themselves. The Beat Diggers can go up by 4 possessions. Tormolen bends, shoots, and connects. Lady Beat Diggers won tonight 51-31. We thank Paul Acosta for that score. Dunker is out. Bryce Needens is in. Lady Beat Diggers have won 10 in a row. Second free throw for Tormolen is perfect. And now the Beat Diggers have an 11-point lead, 44-33, 1:55 to go in the game. Rubasam to his left, right corner. Hutchins 3 in the air. Good! And he's fouled by Tormolen. Holy mahungus, this could be a 4-point play. As Hutchins nails the trifecta, and Tormolen commits his second foul. I got to tell you, contesting the shot is one thing, but you don't want to get anywhere close to a three-point shooter and have that call go against you. The Beat Diggers will still be up by 3 possessions, even if Hutchins nails the free throw, but that's a big play in this game.
That is a big play anytime you get a 4-point play or opportunity for it.
And he nailed it. Hutchins nails the free throw. Rush 44, Berthoud 37. You don't see too many 4-point plays in basketball. Maris is fouled in the backcourt by Santos. You know, I mean, Santos looking up like he didn't commit the foul either. Quite frankly, I'm getting tired of that. I mean, I've seen too many calls on Berthoud that look like obvious fouls, and they act like they didn't touch the guy. Here's Maris at the line. The free throw is up and around and good for Gregory Maris. And because of all these fouls, the game has slowed down.
Well, and if you notice, he's kind of snuck over to that sideline, so I hope these Neaton's boys are paying attention to where he's at here.
Second free throw is no good. The rebound to Rosenbrock, but I think he pushed off. Oh, boy. Yeah, Rosenbrock said he didn't push off, but that's, I think it was an acting job by Michael Ninehofer. Wow, the foul on Rosenbrock, and the Beat Digger fans don't like that at all. And Ninehofer will go to the line. He has not scored tonight, only the 19th foul, so it's a 1-and-1 situation. I mean, the last 30 seconds of basketball is setting the sport back about 10 years, and the free throw is good. Well, more than 10 years, probably about 50. Ninehofer earns his second free throw. All of a sudden, this is a 7-point game. Rosenbrock is out. Tormolen, who took a brief rest, is back in. Second free throw upcoming for Ninehofer. That is up, and that is off the back of the rim, and Randy Baker has the rebound, lost the basketball, then he's called for traveling as he fell down. The Beat Diggers have now committed 20 turnovers in the game. And to throw it in is Rubasam. A three-pointer draws Berthoud to within 4. The Beat Diggers moments ago were up by double digits. Ninehofer with a basketball off the inbounds pass. Up top to Rubasam. Bounce pass to Hutchins. 3 in the air. It's in and out. It was halfway down, and then the ball is thrown off of Bryce Needens out of bounds by Ninehofer, and Berthoud retains possession. The Sparks to throw it in. Hutchins in the front court to the left of the basket. 1:36 to go. Rush 45, Berthoud 38. Hutchins looking down low. Lobs it near the timeline to Queen on the outside left of Rubicam. Steps to his right. In the lane, Santos. Fades from 8 foot. For Alexander Santos. Rush 45, Berthoud 40. In the backcourt is Maris. 1:25 to go. Baker against Nienaber. Baker picks up his dribble. Then we've got a foul. Yeah, and Pete Sheck is all over Zachary Rubicam. That was a ridiculously bad foul.
Well,
because he was in the backcourt. You don't commit the foul in the backcourt.
I'm still interested as to why they didn't call it technical for hanging on the net when the shot was made, because that is a technical foul.
Rubicam commits his 4th foul. Randy Baker to shoot 2. He's 1 out of 2 from the line, and the free throw is off the back of the rim. The Beatnickers have not been good from the line in this quarter. That is their 6th missed free throw. I mean, they're over 50%, but that's certainly nothing to brag about. They have made 8 out of 14 in the quarter. Second free throw is in by Randy Baker. The Beatnickers are in survival mode right now. Rush 46, Berthoud 40. 1:21 to go. Dunker's back in for Baker. Jesse Queen with the basketball in the backcourt to Hutchins. Hutchins crossing the timeline against Colby Needham on the outside right to Queen. Dribbles to his left. On the outside right to Hutchins. Hutchins by 2 in the right corner for Nicholas Dietz. Near the timeline for Queen. Queen on the high right to Hutchins. Fakes that long 3. 1:02 to go. Spinning. Cross-court pass to Rubicam, and Rubicam was fouled by Dunker. Contact was made as the pass was being received. That'll be 2 free throws, and Dunker has fouled out of the game with 5 points. And Zachary Rubicam, with 59.3 seconds to go, is at the strike. And he will shoot 2. Vince Albo is into the game for the Beatnickers.
Number 3, Nienaber.
Nicholas Dietz replaced by Michael Nienaber, who's got 4 fouls. Big free throws here for Rubicam. The first is good by Zachary Rubicam. Rubicam in the game's got 11 points. Second free throw upcoming. That is up, and that is around, and no good. But the ball is loose, and it's taken away by Hutchins. And is it a tie-up? It is. Bryce Needham tied him up. Possession arrow thrush. That is big for the Beatnickers. And now we're going to have a timeout with 57 seconds to go. We'll keep it right here. Brush leads Berthoud 46-41. I got to tell you, Jen, the Beatnickers are a little bit shaky here down the stretch. They had that double-digit lead, and Berthoud's cut into it, and it started with that 4-point shot, or that 4-point play converted by Gregory Hutchins. Yeah,
I was just going to say that 4-point play was the momentum changer, it seems. That kind of threw us off for a little bit. Hopefully, this timeout, Coach Garcia gets them calmed down, and they can continue to get into their offense, use some clock, be smart with basketball, and be strong with the basketball, as Berthoud has shown they're going to foul them.
And hit your free throws, because the Beatnickers in this quarter are 9 out of 15. And you're shooting from the line 60%. And that usually doesn't cut it. But it's good enough right now. But if they miss their free throws, this 2-possession lead could be a 1-possession lead. And then it gets a little bit dangerous. Way too much time left on the clock with 57 seconds to go. It is Alexander Santos, Gregory Hutchins, Michael Nienaber, Tucker Skorich, and Jesse Queen for Berthoud. Beatnicker basketball with Gregory Maris, Colby Needens, Mitch Tormolen, Bryce Needens, and the inbounds passer, Vince Albo. Albo looking, backcourt bounce pass to Maris. Maris against Santos, behind his back. Along the baseline, still in the backcourt is Maris. He's got to get it across the timeline. Jump pass across the front court. We have a timeout. First call by Ken Garcia. We do, before that pass was thrown towards Tormolen. Well, I will say this. They have 0.2 of a second to get it across, because there were 57 seconds to go when the inbounds pass was thrown. Now there's 47.2 seconds to go. So that timeout was brilliant by the Beatnickers.
It was, and the ball placement, you've only got about, 10 feet one long pass and you got it in.
Yeah, I mean, Coach
They're going to have to
Garcia.
set a screen down in the front court. That way they can get it in without having a backcourt violation.
Yeah, Coach Garcia did an excellent job of calling that timeout because that was right on the edge. Now you know one thing's for sure. You have to throw it into the front court.
Well, and throw it towards the basket, you know. Let someone go get it.
So Maris to throw it in. Still looking in the backcourt to Albo. Well, you recount the 10.
Right,
To throw it in the front court. That was my mistake. Now the front court pass to Maris along the left baseline. Poked away from behind by Santos and taken away by the Spartans. Front court pass is poked away by Albo, then thrown out of bounds off of Tormolin by Scorch. That was a mess on the other end. But Berthoud ends up with the basketball. And the Beatniggers turn it over for the 21st time. Rubisam is back into the game. He was out on defense because he's got 4 fouls. Hutchins to throw it in. 34.2 seconds to go. Brush up by 5. Right corner Scorch. Can't take the 3. Picked up by Albo. Down low for Rubisam. Took the hot step. And no traveling violation. And Needham pokes it out of bounds. Can you hop like that even in the NBA and get away with it? Maybe there. That was a huge hop.
Without a dribble.
Oh, that's the point. 29.4 seconds to go. Rubisam to throw it in. To the left of the basket. Rubisam over to Scorch. Steps in. 15-foot leaner. Is off to the left. Scorch grabs the rebound. Dribbles back out to Rubisam. Rubisam takes the 3, and that is off the front of the rim. And Mitch Tormolin has the rebound. Then he's fouled from behind by Gregory Hutchins. Tormolin with his 16th rebound of the night. And Berthoud had a chance to draw to within 2, but Rubisam could not drill the 3. 17.8 seconds to go. If Tormolin nails these 2, I would think the game is over.
Well, and credit Brush for not fouling on that one. You know, they didn't give him a bailout.
Tormolin has his first free throw connect. Without Tormolin, the Beatniggers would be in trouble at the line. He's 5 out of 5 in the quarter. The rest of the Beatniggers are well under 50%. Second free throw is in. 6 out of 6. The Beatniggers up by 7. 14 seconds to go. Scorch, right wing 3 for Berthoud off the back of the rim. Long rebound to Jesse Queen. Queen to Santos. He'll take a 3. He'll hit it off the bottom of the rim. Scorch has a shot blocked by Tormolin, but a foul with 5.2 seconds to go. The good news is that the Beatniggers have this game won.
Number 22, Mitch Tormolin.
Tormolin commits his 3rd. But the Beatniggers have got this one in the bag. And the Scorch free throw is up and in. They'll just be padding on the stats at this point. Rush 48, Berthoud 42. Rubisam is out, and Michael Nienopper's in. I'm sure they'll foul off the made shot here, but it's missed anyway, and Tormolin grabs another rebound, and then he's fouled hard in the backcourt by Nienopper, and Tormolin unofficially has grabbed his 17th rebound. That's what we highlighted at the very beginning. This should be a big night for Tormolin. Indeed, it's turned out to be.
Well, you know, Captain America, I got to get that in one time. Leave tonight. He's doing his job. He's doing it well.
Nienopper's fouled out, and he's fouled out with 1 point. Tormolin to the stripe. Tormolin has 10 points on the night. The free throw is in and out. His first miss of the 4th quarter, he was 6 out of 6. But Berthoud does not have enough time with only 3.7 seconds to go. Second free throw is short. The rebound to Hutchins. Hutchins will throw up about a 30-footer, and then it's off to the left, and the game is over. The Brush Beatniggers have defeated the Berthoud Spartans tonight, 48-42. A 2-minute break. We'll come back with a recap on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Jen Goodall back at Berthoud High School. The Beatniggers have won the game tonight by a score of 48-42. Welcome to the Beatnigger post-game show. It's brought to you by Buildings by Design. The most important thing to buying a new building or starting a new design-build project is picking the right company to build it. For a free bid, call Pat Walter or Travis Lefevre, 970-842-5837. Visit them on the web at buildingsbydesign.com. The Beatniggers led 15-13 after 1, 25-18 at the break after outscoring Berthoud 10-5 in the second quarter. Both teams scored 8 points in the third as Brush still led 33-26, and then the Beatniggers were outscored 16-15 in the fourth quarter, but still, again, won the game by 6, 48-42. In the scoring column for the visiting Beat Diggers, they had 12 points tonight from Colby Needens, 10 from Mitch Tormolen, 7 points from Gregory Mayer, 6 apiece from Austin Garcia, and 6 from Randy Baker, 5 points from Jeffrey Dunker, and 2 points in the game by Bryce Needens. For Berthoud, they had 12 points from Tucker Scorch, 11 from Zachary Rubisam, 9 points scored by Gregory Hutchins, 4 by Alexander Santos, 3 points from Jesse Queen, 2 from Nicholas Dietz, and Michael Nienaber had 1 point. The Beat Diggers were monsters on the board tonight. 45 rebounds, 17 of those from Mitch Tormolen, 25 for Berthoud. They were led by Gregory Hutchins and Alexander Santos with 7 turnovers. The Beat Diggers committed 21, and Berthoud had 12 in the game. At the free throw line, neither team was spectacular. Berthoud was 9 out of 16, and the Beat Diggers were 15 out of 26, including 12 out of 21 in the second half. So that's why this game slowed down time-wise in the second half. As in that fourth quarter, we had a bevy of free throws from both sides. The Beat Diggers with a victory improved to 3-1 in Patriot League play, and they are now 7-4 overall. Berthoud falls to 2-2 in league play and 6-5 on the season. And the Beat Diggers found a way to win this one. I mean, I thought they had control of the game, Jen. They could have finished a little bit stronger, but they did enough to win, and in the end, that's what counts.
Well, you know, it's good for them to have these kind of bumps in the road early in the season, and especially in league play. That way, when they get to the playoffs, they'll know what to do, and hopefully do it better than what they did in this game.
All right, the Beat Diggers will be back in action coming up on Tuesday. Of course, we have plenty of basketball Tuesday and Friday wrestling next Thursday right here on 1010 as well as KSIR.com. Outstanding job once again done by our sound engineer and producer Rose Condas. For Jen Goodall, I'm John Beltran. The Lady Beat Diggers got the job done tonight at home, defeating Berthoud 51-31, and the Beat Digger boys defeat Berthoud tonight in Berthoud 48-42 right here on 1010 KSIR and on the World Wide Web at KSIR.com.